not just applying makeup. I am trying to create balance, harmony, and symmetry. Hello, Madrid! Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Okay. Wow. All right, welcome to the Masterclass Madrid. So I'm just starting to prep the eyes. Now that we have framed her face with the brows, my approach to artistry is very architectural. I'm not just applying makeup. I'm trying to create balance, harmony, and symmetry. My new baby, the Master Mattes Neutrals. I'm gonna take my favorite shade, which is this gray one here, and I'm just gonna first start out by applying just a little bit here. So I'm gonna kind of just give a little wash of a gray, just to add a little bit of this coolness. So when I'm doing the eyes, I never wanna overdo it. Sometimes you put too much, you can ruin the look. So I stop, I do the complexion. Sometimes when the complexion is finished, you look at the model or whoever it is and you say, wow, she looks so beautiful, she doesn't need any more eyes. So this is why I always stop before I do too much. It's called editing oneself. And this is the Master Pigment Pro Pencil in the perfect brown, because it is the perfect brown. So I'm just lining right over the natural lash line. So I'm gonna keep it as thin as I can. I'm gonna blend it with the brush on the other end. And you notice I'm not being like too precise with this. I'm just applying the pencil and blending. I don't want this to feel too precious and so perfect that it feels unnatural. I just want it to feel a little lived in, beautiful, and defined. All right, so now this one here and this one mix, maybe all three. And we're just gonna put it right here. Now, when you're highlighting underneath the brow, if you're putting it just here on the highest point, you are lifting. If you're putting it all the way here, you are making the eyes go down. So just use the light color on the very top where you want the highlight, which is the highest point of the eyebrow. And just a little bit in here. Okay, I think we should start foundation. And I'm using my favorite brush, the F4 double-sided brush. You apply with this side and you blend with this side. So I'm just taking a little bit, and you notice how I'm removing some of it because I don't want to put too much product on the face, only what is necessary. The way I apply it, I don't take the product and drag it down. I just take the product and just put a little bit and just press like this. If there's areas on the skin or in the complexion that need more, just put more on that area. Do not put everywhere. And then what I typically do is I like to flip the brush now, and I just use the big side to like kind of blend everything. So you can see I used less than half of one pump on the entire face. Okay, so I'm gonna take now SurrealSkin Awakening Concealer, a little bit here for lifting, and here for highlight. I like to let that sit a little bit just so that it starts to really grip. I'm gonna take now the concealer brush, the F5. It has a nice thin consistency that allows you to build, but it feels and looks like skin. Now I'm taking the EF1 brush, and I'm just gonna blend in the corner here because I want to create a little bit of a lifting shape here. So now I want to marry concealer with foundation. I will marry the two with this. Every step that I do, I always blend with the same foundation brush that I applied because it melts everything together. The next couple of products, unfortunately, I'm not able to show you. Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit of sculpting. And I'm going to use my favorite Transforming Skin Enhancer, bronzer, sculpting, it's everything to me. I like to do this cream over powder because it makes the powder look extremely natural. So the oils in this product are gonna blend beautifully with the powder, and it's gonna make the skin look flawless. And if you notice, I'm not going straight, I'm not going down here, I'm going along the cheekbone, because when you look at her, your eye will go always up, 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 up. Now flip it, and just blend. So I'm applying it along the jawline, just a little bit. I like to take the leftover and apply along the hairline. If you apply contour and bronzer here, it will shrink the forehead. If you don't want the forehead to look smaller, do not put it here, only put here, and this will press it in a little bit closer. And I like to put just a little bit along the bridge of the nose here. Now I think we should do a little mascara so that we can start to define a little bit more the eyes. Now, do you remember when I told you earlier to use less on the eyes, to go to complexion and go back? Because look, I put mascara, not even false lashes, and already her eyes are so much more enhanced. I'm gonna do one more thing on the bottom, the same color I used on top, the gray. The purpose of that is almost more so to balance the top, because she has some dark on the top, so I'm adding it on the bottom too, so that there's more harmony. All right, so I'm gonna use my favorite blush, Plumping Blush Veil. All right, so we're gonna use the perfect pink. If I want to make the face look rounder, I will apply more here. If I want the face to be more lifted, which is typically how I do it, I will apply more along the cheekbone. So apple of the cheek here, but going upwards and outwards. Also, dark circles, you can add a little bit here, and it helps to reduce the look of dark circles. So now I'm taking the leftover on the brush, and just a tiny bit. I like to put a little bit here too, a little bit here, a little bit here. Powder. So I have a technique, it's called the lip lift technique, and basically what it does is it focuses mainly on enhancing just the middle here, Cupid's bow, and just here, not on the sides. And then when you get to the outer corners, you want to stay inside of her natural lip line, and so it lifts right here. And then the bottom lip, also on the center, just here to balance this now, to make sure that they're both balanced. I'm going to go inside of the natural lip line on the outer corners. This side, I'm keeping it inside, but I want to show you the reason why. So if I overline here, it does this to the mouth, okay? But this side is completely lifted. And then I'm going to take a little bit of lipstick for the center, and we'll use the Super Satin collection. And then we're going to take a tiny bit of the blush I mentioned earlier and just pat. You know, sometimes when you put a lip, but you feel like maybe it's too bright, I always take this. Because this is already on the complexion, it helps it to look more natural. You can always mute a color or make it, let's say, a little bit more earthy. You just take a little bit of the bronzer and pat it over the lip, and it makes it just look more natural and cohesive. Okay, so we're going to use Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. There's a lot of nourishing ingredients in there for your lips, but it's also going to give you that look of a gloss. So this product here is called Master Secret Glow. It's a clear product, and when you apply it to the cheekbones, it looks like the skin is completely glowing from within, and it looks like there's no powders on the skin. Woo! Thank you, guys. Hey, Madrid!